Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Arun Prakash and in this After Effects tutorial, we are going to create a simple transition which you can use for your videos. So without further ado, let's get started. Open After Effects and I am going to create a new composition. So go to composition, new composition, and I am going to name the composition as transition and width will be 1920 and height will be 1080 and frame rate is 30 frames per second and duration will be 10 seconds and I am choosing the background as black color and press OK. Create a new layer by pressing Ctrl Y on your keyboard and this will be white in color and press OK. So select the layer and select the anchor point selection tool and bring back this anchor point to the left bottom corner and press Ctrl to snap it to the corner. After that, select the layer and press R on your keyboard to open up the rotation properties and create a keyframe and change the angle to -90 degree. And go 1 second further and create one more keyframe at 0 degree. And go one frame further by pressing page down on your keyboard and press this diamond icon so that it creates a keyframe at 0 degree itself. And go one more second further and create a keyframe at +90 degree so that we can have this transition something like this. But we have so much blank space over here, so we have to cover up this. To do that, we have to scale up the solid. Select the solid and press Shift S to open up the scale and scale it to 210%. So the solid is now scaled up to 210%. So you can see over here. And next select all the keyframes, easy them by pressing F9 on your keyboard and open up the graph editor tool by pressing this graph editor and select this first keyframe and drag them something like this. And again select this keyframe and hold this anchor and drag it something like this so that we can have a seamless transition. And press again this graph editor tool. Now close all these properties and select this layer and make two copies by pressing Ctrl D on your keyboard 2 times and select all the layers and press U on your keyboard to reveal the keyframes. Let's zoom in little bit. Now what we have to do is go 4 frames further by pressing page down 4 times and offset this layer to that position and again go 4 frames further and offset this top layer also at this position. And now we can change the color. Select the bottom layer and to change the color press Ctrl Shift Y on your keyboard to open up the properties of that solid and change the color to something like bright cyan and press new. And again select the middle layer and press Ctrl Shift Y on your keyboard to open up the solid setting and change this solid color to something like yellow and hit OK so that we can have 3 different color transitions or different color solids. Let's RAM preview once. So you can see we are already having a nice transition. Let me trim this composition to 3 seconds. To do that, go to 3 seconds and press N on your keyboard and right click on this work area and press trim comp work area. Now select all the layer, open up the keyframes by pressing U on your keyboard again and go to the third keyframe of this first layer and go 4 frames further by pressing page down on your keyboard 4 times and select these last 2 keyframes from the second layer and drag it something like this and again go 4 frames further and again select the last 2 keyframes from the third layer and just drag it something like this so that we can have a nice offset. So let's RAM preview this once. Yes, it looks beautiful for me. Now let's add little motion blur. So to do that, first enable motion blur and click this motion blur icon, and if you can't see these options, just toggle switches mode or press F4 on your keyboard and you can add as much as layer you want. To keep it simple, I kept 3 layers. If you want to add more layers, you can add it. And there you go guys, you just created a nice looking transition. So that's it for today. I hope this video was helpful, and you can download this project file by clicking the link down in the description box below. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing and like and share the video. And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at itsarunprakash. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.